ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾದಲ್ಲಿನ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ರಾವ್ ವಿ ವೇಲಗಪುಡಿ ಅವರು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತರು ಆಂಧ್ರ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯದಿಂದ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ MA ಪದವಿ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಮಿಚಿಗನ್ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯದಿಂದ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ MA ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಿಸಿಸಿಪ್ಪಿ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯದಿಂದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರೇಟ್ ಪದವಿ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದ ವಿವಿಧ ಆಯಾಮಗಳನ್ನು ಕುರಿತು 70ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಲೇಖನಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಾಲಜಿಯ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಆಗಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿರುವುದು ಇವರ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಸಂಗತಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ರಾವ್ ವಿ ವೇಲಗಪುಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಡ್ the PhD degree from Mississippi State University, USA. It is our privilege to focus on his credential as he has authored about 70 articles on the various aspects of Hinduism. Besides, he has served as one of the founding members of the Hindu Temple Society of Mississippi, and he has shared his thoughts of mythology, the divinity and the existence of gods and goddesses. As an avid reader and patriot, his writing, lectures and visits to the various pilgrimages have been made him to be a worshipper of Hinduism amidst the vast devotees and volunteers. Now it is my pleasure to welcome him. Welcome you, sir.
Namaste. My prostrations at the lotus feet of Mahashivratri Deshikendra Swamiji. I had the opportunity of meeting him last year in USA, and so at his invitation, I'm here, and I'm really amazed and aghast. I cannot describe in words the kind of organization Swamiji has created and the educational institutions he is supporting it, and the number of graduates that are coming out of all these institutions, of course, had a lot of impact. If Karnataka is BJP today, it is because of Swamiji's like Mahashivratri Deshikendra Swamiji. Because of his educational institutions, he was able to transmit at least some values, why we have to protect our culture, why we have to preserve our Sanatana Dharma, why we have to protect it. This is the idea that all of us have to make sure that we get it. As you all know, Sanatana Dharma is totally different from rest of the other religions. Ours is highly elevated, intellectual, spiritual, scientific, religious religion, and that is the only religion which comprehends everything that we can imagine. Other religions are only grown in different parts of universe. Sanatana Dharma is the only one that is meant for anybody who has some intelligence and who can reason, who can think, who can dissect. That is the kind of religion that our Sanatana Dharma has evolved into. Who did this one? If you go back and see, it is all Maharishis, Mahaswamijis, Sadgurus. It is only because of all these Maharishis our Sanatana Dharma has grown. If you look at all the Vedas, Upanishads, and Tantras, and Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these, who has written? It is only the Maharishis, the great saints. They have the vision. They were able to communicate in such a way. All our life is basically centered around. So that is the reason it is our responsibility to make sure that we protect our own Sanatana Dharma. We always felt ours was the greatest religion. I'm not saying this one. In fact, 11th century, Alberino, a Muslim scholar who came to this country, at that time he said, Hindus believe that there is no country like theirs, no nation like theirs, no kings like theirs, no religion like theirs, no science like theirs. That is the kind of mindset that we used to have around 11th century. Since that time, everything is downhill. Why? Because of onslaught of different religions, which we will come. Why we have to protect our own religion, irrespective of whatever happens. We have to take the responsibility. It is our dharma. That is what I am going to talk about. Guru, if you look at any country in the whole world, India is the only country that denied teaching the richness of its own culture. We don't teach about the richness of our culture, the greatness of our culture. We teach everything about every other culture, but not about our Hinduism. Look at some of the things. We don't teach about Aryabhatta. We don't teach about Bhaskaracharya. We don't talk about Acharya Kannada. We don't talk about Nagarjuna. We don't talk about Chanakya. We don't talk about Sushruta. And we don't talk about many things such as these are the things that our people have invented. We invented these. Zero, infinity, value of pi, decimal system, concept of gravity, anatomy. I can go on and go on. These are the things that our people have discovered and invented and created, and we are failing as Hindus to transmit this information to our children in our schools, in our colleges, in our universities. It is time we reflect. We as Hindus, we have to reflect what is wrong with us. With all the richness, with all the grandeur, with all the science, everything that is conceivable, that is in our scriptures, why we are failing. Mark Twain came to this country and he said, there is not a single thing under the sun. Not a single thing under the sun our ancient rishis have not discovered or addressed. Anything you talk about it. Can you say this thing to any other religion? Then how come we don't take pride? How come we don't teach? Look at, why don't we teach? Maurya dynasty, Gupta dynasty, Kushan dynasty, Maratha dynasty, Peshwa dynasty, Chola dynasty, Chalukya dynasty, Vijayanagar Empire right here. How come we don't have all these things in our schools? Who removed all these things? Who allowed them to remove it? We are the ones who allowed them to remove it. So we have to take responsibility for failing our religion, failing our children, failing our Sanatana Dharma. Look at foreign countries. Everybody is looking at our scriptures. All the Nobel laureates, many Nobel laureates have been looking at our scriptures. One of the Nobel laureate, Eliot, he said, Indian philosophers make the great European scholars look like schoolboys. They look like schoolboys compared to our people, even though they are supposed to be great scholars. Schopenhauer, he said, the Upanishads, in the whole world, there is nothing so beneficial as that one. And then Thoreau, he said, one sentence, listen to this one sentence of Bhagavad Gita is worth more than the whole Commonwealth of Massachusetts, in the whole state of Massachusetts. One sentence is worth more than the whole state. That is the kind of literature that we have. That is the kind of scriptures that we have. How come we are failing? How come we are not taking interest? How come we are not studying? How come we don't take pride in it? Always keep it. Keep thinking about it. Look at the Nobel laureates. Niels Bohr, Edwin Schroeder, Werner Heisenberg, Brian David Josephson, George Wald, Albert Einstein, Max Planck, T.S. Eliot, Hermann Hesse, Rabindranath Tagore, V.S. Naipaul, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, Desmond Tutu, Albert Einstein, Thomas Huxley, and then Oshunu. Look at the number of Nobel laureates who give their work, their intelligence to the Indian scriptures, like Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. So they are giving the credit. You tell me one Nobel laureate who says that he got inspiration from other religious books. None. 30 Nobel laureates, they looked at the Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads and then received the inspiration and then continued the research and then went on. And I know I have a short time. And Hinduism, to my mind, it is on fire. Our house is on fire. We all have to make sure that we extinguish this fire. Whatever it takes, if your house is on fire, what will you do? You will get up, then find a hose and try to extinguish it. That is the stage we are in. All of us individually has to take the responsibility. Don't worry about whether somebody else has done it or not. That is not my responsibility. My responsibility is to see my house is protected. If you look at Rama, what did he tell Lakshman? He said, mother and motherland are higher than the heaven. Higher than the heaven. So this is our Bharat. It is the Bharat that we have to protect. We make sure that we will do the thing that we need to do to see not only us, our future generations and next generations, they will live in peace. Otherwise, in your own eyes, in your own presence, we may be wiped out. If you look at the numbers, at the independence, what numbers do we have? 90% Hindus. Now, we can't even say it. We don't even know how many Hindus are there. 1/3 minority, 1/3 probably Hindus, and 1/3 are atheists, communists, you name it. So these are all the people. So we can count only 1/3 of the people. And let us pause everything, whatever we are doing, reflect on it and see what is it as a Hindu, as a Sanatana Dharma, what is it that I can do to protect my religion. And so finally, I just want to make sure that we all get very active in trying to protect and preserve our culture, and Hindus to take full responsibility of supporting, sustaining, promoting, and propagating and protecting Hindu universal values. If Hinduism is out of this planet, there is no peace, everything will be a chaos. Annie Besant, at one time she mentioned, there is no religion that is so scientific, that is so spiritual, so philosophical, so scientific. And then she says, if Hindus, their own children, do not protect it, who will protect her? Who is going to protect Bharat Māta? Swamijis are there. You will see only spots in the country. So many Swamijis can do only so much. But it is we, as individuals, we have to take the responsibility. Without Hinduism, there is no Bharat. We have to protect her from the dark clouds of hovering us, thunders of terrorism, lightning of cruelty, deception, allurement behind the mist, and even the brilliance of sun is being smeared. Let us clear our jaundiced eyes. If the roots of Sanatana Dharma are pulled out of Bharat, we will subject ourselves to untold misery, torture, and terror. If Hindus do not protect it, who will do it? If Hindus cannot practice it, who will practice the traditions? If Hindus do not do it, when is the right time? How long we are going to wait to take action to see that our mother is protected? If we do not cling to her sari, he can be protected. How can we protect her from being disrobed? Stop being a spectator and be a saver. Let us stand up for our scriptures, Stand up for our spiritual leaders, stand for Sanatana Dharma, adopt our timeless wisdom, promote unity, repel vicious attacks, and take oath to protect our mother. Jai Hind. I want everybody to say Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Jai Hind. I can't hear, please. Jai Hind. Thank you.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ರಾವ್ ವಿ ವೆಲಗಪುಡಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪೂಜ್ಯರಿಂದ ಫಲಪುಷ್ಪ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ. ಅವರ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿಯರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಂದಿನಿರಾವ್ ವೆಲಗಪುಡಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪೂಜ್ಯರಿಂದ ಫಲಪುಷ್ಪ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ.
ಕಟ್ಟಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ರತ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಡಿಂಡಿಮ ಬಾರಿಸಿದ ಕವಿಗಳೇ ನಿಮಗಿದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ. ದೇಶವ ಕಾಯುವ ಯೋಧರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೆದೆಯಾಳದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ, ಅನ್ನವ ನೀಡುತ್ತ ಸರಹಿರುವ ಹೇಗಿನ ಯೋಗಿಗೆ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ.